Straight ahead on KOIN 6 News, a grand jury completes its inquiry into the death of Richard Dow.
I'm Sandy James, downtown at the Multnomah County Courthouse, where the grand jury voted unanimously not to charge any of the Portland police officers in connection with the death of Dickie Dow.
Is America on the brink of another war? We'll talk with the UN weapons inspector from the Northwest who recently returned from Iraq. Will there be a showdown in the Gulf?
I'm David Schmidt in Vancouver. We're talking about the F word in Clark County again. That's right, floods. See what Clark County residents are doing to prepare for La Nina.
Plus, Jim Little's forecast, will it be wet all weekend?
The news at 6 starts right now.
You're watching KOIN TV 6. The news for Portland, Vancouver, and the Pacific Northwest. This is KOIN 6 News at 6.
It's been nearly a month now since a 37-year-old man collapsed during an altercation with Portland police. Richard Dow later died. His family and witnesses claimed it was a case of police brutality. But after hearing testimony from more than 35 people, a grand jury finds officers did nothing criminally wrong. Good evening. I'm Shirley Hancock.
I'm Jeff Gianola. Glad you're with us, everyone.
And I'm Mike Donahue at McCord Air Force Base near Tacoma. That's a C-141 taking off behind me. Welcome to KOIN 6 News. In a few minutes, we'll bring you a live report on Northwest preparations for a possible air assault on Iraq.
But first, news from home. The grand jury has decided Portland police officers will face no criminal charges in the death of Richard Dickie Dow. KOIN 6 News reporter Sandy James joins us from the Multnomah County Courthouse with details of that report. Sandy?
Well, first of all, the 7 Multnomah County residents who made up this grand jury began hearing testimony 2 weeks ago today. They interviewed nearly 36 witnesses, including Dickie Dow's parents. And today, they voted unanimously not to charge anyone with any crimes in connection with his death.
Let me tell you, it's a tragic incident. The law enforcement community takes these things seriously, as you can tell from the number of witnesses and the length of time that was spent in front of a grand jury with them.
The grand jury heard from 35 witnesses during 6 days of testimony and received scientific and medical evidence. Still, Dickie Dow's mother isn't convinced. She says she knew in her heart the jurors would not indict any of the officers. Police Chief Charles Moose is pleased with the grand jury's findings and says he feels his officers have been exonerated.
And it's just very unfortunate that we had to rush to judgment because the turmoil suffered by the organization and the individual police officers was probably unnecessary.
Now, moments ago, I spoke with the attorney for Dickie Dow's parents, and he left the door open for the possibility of filing a civil suit in this case. Another thing here is that 900-page investigation report by the Police Bureau that is now in the process of being released, that will also be turned over to the local FBI department, and the FBI will conduct its own investigation. So this is far from over, even though we have the grand jury report.
Okay, Sandy James keeping us up to date on the Dickie Dow investigation. And the grand jury report may not be the end of the Dickie Dow controversy. There is still the possibility of civil action. As Ken Boddy reports, witnesses and the police disagree on at least one key issue.
Flowers still mark the spot where Dickie Dow was that night, and the question remains, did police officers perform CPR on Dow or not?
It's unfortunate that we have conflicts and people who disagree, but I'm very confident and I believe the officers made that effort.
Police now say they kept the fact that officers administered CPR to Dickie Dow a secret so as not to taint the grand jury investigation.
And all of my neighbors who were there that entire time and did not walk away never saw anybody give him CPR.
But Howes admits she went back into her house to get slippers and turn off her shower. The police report indicates CPR was administered during that time. But Howes says she was only gone a minute.
In that minute, while no one else saw them, while everyone else was there, I mean, at this point, I'm much more willing to believe my neighbors than the police. I think the police are lying.
I haven't changed any of my story. It's all been the same from the
Tim
time.
Maher was also there that night.
I did not see him perform CPR.
Maher says he did see an officer place a CPR mask on Dow's face after a frantic attempt to find that mask. But after that, he says his view was obstructed. Did you see them perform CPR?
No, I did not, because I was blocked by the fire truck.
Portland's Police Bureau has not required CPR certification since 1991. Now, Chief Moose says the Bureau will reconsider that policy.
I have, at this point, asked Chief Wall of the Fire Bureau to convene a committee. He has agreed to chair that committee, and that committee will look at the emergency medical response training that should be presented to Portland Police Bureau.
Ken Body, KOIN 6 News.
Chief Moose also says he will consider more training for officers to recognize and react to sudden death syndrome. OHSU President Dr. Peter Kohler will head that committee.
A showdown in the Gulf, any minute, any hour, any day. Thousands of troops from the Northwest are already at bases and on aircraft carriers surrounding Iraq, and more are arriving as we speak. Mike Donahue is at McCord Air Force Base tonight, where military support is on its way to the Gulf. Mike, are they being told to prepare for a full military attack?
No, Shirley, just to be ready in case they're called this weekend. They've already prepared. They've been training for this for months. And there's still a chance that peace could win out if Saddam Hussein should recall those weapons inspectors. 3 giant C-5A cargo planes took off from here within a half hour of each other tonight, but they're not going to the Middle East. An Army medical unit from nearby Fort Lewis today got warning orders for their possible deployment to a secret staging area in Southwest Asia. From there, they could be flown behind the lines to treat any U.S. pilots who might be wounded in action. Tech Sergeant Rodney Holland knows Iraq. He served there 6 months as a member of the UN Weapons Inspection Team, one of only a few Americans on it. He told me they encountered some paper roadblocks in visiting the hundreds of inspection sites, but he said the Iraqis cooperated better than we've been led to believe. Were people at those sites always cooperative?
Yes, for the most part. I mean, you would have to have your minders there. Our escorts would have to talk to them and explain what we were there for. So.
You never got turned away from a site?
No.
Sergeant Holland has been invited to return to Iraq this spring to rejoin the inspections team. Got another plane behind me getting ready to take off. Interesting footnote to this waiting game, Shirley. Those Leonid meteor showers this weekend, those electrically charged particles of ionized comet dust could disrupt or damage military communication satellites and thereby delay the launch of this attack on Iraq. I guess we could say that Saddam Hussein could thank his lucky stars if he's not bombed this weekend. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mike Donahue, who will have more on the showdown in the Gulf tonight at 11 o'clock live from McCord Air Force Base. Now, at Fairchild Air Force Base, which is in Spokane, Air Force KC-135 refueling tankers are being loaded up and they are taking off, having received word yesterday that if there is an airstrike on Iraq, those planes and troops from Spokane will be needed. Soldiers are ready to go. They've been ready before when tensions between the UN and Iraq heated up. Some soldiers say this time they really want to be given the chance to get the job done.
We're hoping that we can get over there and do what we've been trying to do our work. You know, we get over there a lot of times and nothing happens. We sit around. We're kind of hoping that something comes of this and, you know, we can get the job done.
The refueling tankers not only carry fuel, they are also loaded up with a lot of cargo, supplies the military will certainly need if there is a confrontation.
3 reward funds have now been set up to help find a missing 14-year-old girl from Riddle, Oregon. Stephanie Condon has been missing since October 30th when she disappeared while babysitting at her cousin's house. Police say Condon was wearing pajama bottoms and a white T-shirt when she disappeared sometime between 8:30 p.m. and 1:30 in the morning. Search dogs, helicopters, and ground crews have failed to find any sign of her. Employees at an office supply store where Condon's mother works have collected about $1,000 as a reward for information about her disappearance. Now, if you have seen Stephanie or know anything about her disappearance, call the number on your screen, 1-800-587-4357. Clackamas County's district attorney has been suspended from practicing law by the Oregon Supreme Court. Terry Gustafson is currently under indictment on criminal charges. She's accused of refusing a judge's 1995 order to destroy a juvenile offender's court file, then lying about it under oath. Gustafson has denied the charges. A court spokesman says today's 6-month suspension takes effect in 60 days to allow time to appeal. Attorney General Hardy Myers has temporarily taken over Gustafson's criminal cases, all civil cases involving the state of Oregon.
2 dogs are shot and killed by a hunter's bullets, and their death leaves deep emotional scars. The mother and father of these puppies were shot last Sunday. Dawn and Mona Wells are having trouble forgiving themselves for letting the dogs run off their Lynn County property.
You know, I could see if the guy was hunting and he accidentally missed, you know, he was shooting at a deer and accidentally missed and hit one of them, but to shoot and kill both of them, no, to me that's a cold-blooded, deliberate, malicious act.
The hunter who shot them thought the dogs were chasing deer, and he too was sick about what happened.
I feel very sorry for the dog owners.
The sheriff says no charges have been filed. This is a sticky case. Under Oregon law, dogs can be shot if they are seen chasing deer and if the dogs are not licensed. Now, the dogs in question had licenses, but the owners can't remember if they were wearing them at the time.
The weekend is here and the wet weather is on the way. Get used to it. Forecasters say this winter could be a bad one with lots of rain, snow, possibly even ice, and for some low-lying areas, maybe even flooding. Captain Warren Petrie is in News Chopper 6 on this Friday night with a look at what's being done to keep local rivers and streams, even streets, from flooding. Hi, Warren.
Hi, Jeff. Yeah, Washington state officials today issued flood warnings for 7 northwest Washington streams. Now, a little closer to home, Salmon Creek in Vancouver has historically had problems with flooding. As of today, it's okay, but that could change. In Clark County, they're not just waiting for the first big storm of the season, they're preparing for what could be a very wet winter. Hoping for the best and getting ready for the worst. And David Schmidtke has this story.
They are getting ready for water in Clark County.
You know, we're expecting it and hoping it doesn't happen, but yeah, we are expecting a bad year.
They're using this giant vacuum cleaner to remove leaves and debris, making room for a large volume of water to move quickly through the storm drains. Snow is also on their mind. For the first time in Clark County's history, they've purchased a big snow blower to scoop up the white stuff. But water is the premier concern now. Already they've sandbagged along Suds Creek at Salmon Creek, an area that commonly floods, a place they fully expect to flood again. If an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, then a 20-pound sandbag is worth the ton of water that can wind up in someone's living room. Not just what the city and county are doing to prepare, but any citizen that lives near water. Now indeed is the time to get ready. Clark County has offered flood fighting classes to those interested in learning how to sandbag or other skills to fend off water. It is all preparation the experts advise, and most people hope they will never have to use. In Vancouver, David Schmidtke, KOIN 6 News.
Yeah, Jeff, also the county's been training neighborhood people on what they call neighborhood disaster relief, and that's training neighborhood leaders in case of flooding or other natural disasters, just trying to get everybody ready in case the worst does come to pass up here.
Yeah, just to be prepared, because we know the potential is definitely there.
You bet.
Always a pleasure talking to Captain Warren Petrie. Hi in News Chopper 6 tonight. Thanks, Warren.
Could be a bad one this winter, huh?
Yeah, that's what they're saying anyway.
Button up that slicker and put on those galoshes. It is going to be a rainy weekend. Speaking of rain, Jim Little is going to let us know whether to expect a shower or a downpour coming up in a 6 Next Red forecast.
Going to the hospital in the Pacific Northwest is easier on the wallet than in any other region of the country. Did you know that? Nurse Chris Eisenhower will tell us why.
And toys that kids really like. Mark Hendricks helps you fill out your holiday shopping list next in Wise Buys.
I'm Mark Hendricks. Coming up tonight at 6:30, there's a new theater chain in town. How will the new competition affect what you pay at the box office? From tickets to the Jujubes, we'll take a look at the new kid in town. Plus, we'll take a look at Portland in black and white. Tonight on KOIN 6 News at 6:30.
You're watching KOIN 6 News at 6 with Shirley Hancock and Mike Donahue. KOIN 6 News.
La transmisión simultánea en español es un servicio público de las noticias de KOIN Canal 6 y pueden ser escuchadas en español a través de KMUZ 1230 AM La Z.
Your doctor has a secret.
They can't tell us anything. It's against the law.
And it can kill you.
It ended up taking her life.
KOIN 6 News exposes a state-sanctioned medical cover-up that puts your health at risk.
The injured party has a very difficult time finding out the actual facts.
Our hidden camera reveals what doctors don't always tell you.
Secrecy has no place in the medical system.
Find out what Oregon doctors are hiding behind their code of silence. Watch Monday on KOIN 6 News at 6.
This is an incredible opportunity for savings. Selected Simmons, Sealy, Springer, and Pacific mattresses, twin, full, queen, and king size, are just $98 each piece when you buy the complete set.
It's Car Toys' Big Deal Sale. It's the final weekend to get this big deal in wireless phones. 249 AirTouch digital minutes for just $30 a month until the year 2000.
Car Toys, a better way to go.
A message from Winco Foods. You're probably not familiar with the name, but you already know us. We carry the highest quality products. We're employee-owned, which means you're sure to get a smile. And best of all, we have the lowest prices in the universe. If this reminds you of Cub Foods, well, you're not too far off, because we are Cub Foods. We simply dropped the U and the B, added a W-I-N, kept the C, and tossed in an O. Cub Foods is now Winco Foods. Tell two friends, Winco Foods, the lowest price wins.
Hi, how you doing? Here you go. Thanks. Yes, sir, you've got it.
Regis, I've never done this before, but I'm such a huge fan. If I could just have an autograph.
Sure. To who?
To Jim.
Jim.
It's Beverly, the little lady from Washington Mutual.
Everybody? What about Regis? This is out of control.
Let Washington Mutual make a fan out of you. Washington Mutual. Join the club.
Nurse Chris's health reports on KOIN 6 News are brought to you by ODS Health Plans. We're here to help.
Most of us have at least one child on our Christmas shopping list. I think Jeff and Shirley and I have 8 or 9 of them total, something like that. This year's new toys are hitting the stores right now. Here's some Wise Buys advice from some kids on toys, ranging in price from $6 to $40. That's the toys, not the kids. Guess what? One of the best is one of the least expensive. More than 150 kids across the country rated 11 toys for Zillions, the Consumer Reports magazine for kids. Their job was to find out which toys were fun and which were no-hum. Kids gave a fun score of good to 2 entries that were based on scientific principles. Astro Jacks by New Toy Classics costs $6 and relies on inertia and centripetal forces to make the balls spin like planets.
And this gives me the impression of the moon orbiting the Earth.
And Levitron by Fascinations. It costs $40 and works with magnets to defy gravity. If you spin the top just right, it's supposed to float in midair as it shows on the box. It was hard to do, but many testers enjoyed the challenge. 2 toys received a fun score of very good, making them the kids' favorites. This one by Parker Brothers, Bop It. It costs $25. It tells you to twist, pull, or bop it. If you mess up, it screams. And this toy, Yak Wacky by Yes Gear. You press a record button and yak away for about 8 seconds.
Hello there.
Then press play to hear your voice.
Hello there.
At $10, it was one of the least expensive toys tested. Kids just love that kind of thing, don't they? Okay, Jeff and Shirley, pens up. Here they are again. The toys the Zillions testers liked best were the Yak Wacky, the one you just saw at $10, and Bop It, costing $25. The scientific principle toys were Astro Jacks for $6 and Levitron for $40. Back to you.
Okay. I like it. My little guy just likes the cardboard boxes that the toys come in.
Yeah, you get off easy
I'm
this
off
Christmas.
the hook this Christmas.
I'm writing down Bop It. That is a good one.
Yeah.
What's on your Christmas list, Jim?
A new weather computer.
Good luck.
I'm talking to the boss about that. I don't have a whole lot of hope. But hey, the one we got working pretty good today. We have lots of moisture spreading into the Pacific Northwest. Most of it into western Washington. Here's a little closer view. That was a water vapor picture. This shows the clouds. And you can see they're streaming into both Washington and Oregon, but the bulk of the moisture has been in Washington. In fact, from Mason County, Washington, we've had reports of over 5 inches of rain, and there are flood warnings out on the Skokomish and the Snoqualmie rivers tonight, and flood watches out for a number of other counties in western Washington. Rainfall totals incredible along the Washington coast, 3.22 inches. That's at Hoquiam along the coast, over 2 inches at Olympia. But notice, as you get further south, not much rain at all. Astoria picked up 1.69 inches, so this is just clipping northwestern Oregon, this area of rain. It looks like it will slide slowly southward. But again, Eugene might not see any rain at all until tomorrow night. We'll just see some light rain overnight tonight and through much of the day tomorrow in the Portland area, and it looks like afternoon before the rain begins to pick up. With the Portland area on the south side, the mild side of the storm, temperatures were fairly mild around town, and it was 56 for a high in Portland today at the airport. That's the official high, 3 degrees above average, and just 2/100ths of an inch of rain during the last 24 hours. So all of this moisture continues to stream in, mainly to the north of us, but as you'll notice a little circulation out here, that kind of slows up the eastward movement of this. And again, it looks like it'll be tomorrow afternoon before the rains really pick up in the Portland area. So some sprinkles between now and then. Beyond that, we're looking at another weather system out here. You can see the upper level low pressure area associated. A good strong jet stream developing for Monday, and Monday looks like a very wet day. On our cloudcast, you can see the moisture moving in, and then look out here. This is our storm for Monday right in here as that slides on in. So be prepared for some wet weather coming up here, but it may take a while to get into the Willamette Valley tonight and tomorrow. So we're going to for just sprinkles until the heavy rain picks up tomorrow afternoon. Rainy and windy along the northern Oregon coast, an increasing chance for rain on the southern Oregon coast. The rain will be on the increase through the day, but it may be evening before it gets some spots in the Willamette Valley. 57 in Salem and Eugene tomorrow. Rainy and windy in the Cascades as well. And again, we're on the warm side of this storm, so the freezing levels and the snow levels fairly high. The rain will spread eastward through the Columbia Gorge, 56 in Hood River tomorrow, 57 in the Dalles. East of the Cascades, clouds increasing with the rain spreading from northwest through southeast through the eastern half of the state. 56 in John Day tomorrow and 52 degrees in La Grande, 50 in Baker City. For the Portland metropolitan area overnight tonight, we'll go for no more than sprinkles. Most of the rain should be to the north, but not very far to the north. Mild weather again tomorrow, 56 for a high. Sprinkles in the morning, and then the rain begins to pick up in the afternoon. It'll turn back to showery weather on Sunday, but then the rain increasing from our next weather system that will move in during the day on Monday. Back to showery weather on Tuesday. Long-range charts are indicating some dry weather, maybe some lingering showers for Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday right now look dry. Shirley?
Thank you, Jim. If you have to head to the hospital, living in the Pacific Northwest will allow you to pay less. That's just one of the stories in this week's Healthy Headlines tonight. KOIN 6 News medical reporter nurse Chris Eisenhower is here to fill us in.
That's right, Shirley. Good news when it comes to medicines with a high price tag. But first, we need to focus a moment on how to prevent the flu. One way, vaccinate your kids.
Kids are one of the biggest culprits when it comes to passing around the flu bug. A new study says 45% of students who get the flu pass it on to their family, who in turn pass it on to coworkers. Some think the solution is simple: vaccinate kids against the virus. Good news for anyone going to the hospital in the Pacific Northwest. You'll pay less here than anywhere else in the country, 31% less. $9,300 was an average charge in Oregon compared to a national average of more than $13,000. Finally this week, we introduced you to the virtual human, a real man who gave his body to science to be sectioned into 2,000 slices and put into a computer. Wednesday, we took you on a tour. Thursday, we showed you how the technology is taking local medicine to a higher level, saving lives. Virtual Human has made KOIN 6 News his home. We can peel him apart to explore inside his body.
Here you can have online every part in the body, and you can decide the angle you want to see it from and what you want to see with it.
Which means we can tour any organ, view them from every direction, inside and out. A huge leap forward in medical journalism that will make it easier for you, our viewers, to visualize even the most complicated health issues.
Now again, KOIN 6 News is the first TV station in the world to acquire the amazing new 3D technology called Virtual Human, and we are the only place that you will see it here in Portland, and we're going to start working with it next week.
So you were talking about the flu. We're actually going to show you what the flu does inside our body,
We
right?
will have that capability. We can go in and fly through the body and take a look at how, how the flu is affecting the different areas in our body. It is going to be fantastic. You guys will not want to miss it.
Looking forward to it. Jeff?
Thanks, Shirley. Every year at this time, the leaves start to fall, but another symbol of autumn arrives.
I'm Ray Summers, a fable of the fall tourist season, the visitors who are flocking to Portland.
6 Next Red Weather is brought to you by Fred Meyer Stores. What's on your list today? You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
With its four-wheel drive system and rigid monoframe construction, the Nissan Pathfinder was designed to take you just about anywhere you want to go. But please, be careful with its 6-speaker Bose CD system. Now until November 30th, get $2,000 cash back on every 98 Nissan Pathfinder.
Deck the hall with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la.
Oh.
'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la.
To deck the halls with strength that won't wreck the walls, you need the remarkable Command adhesive hooks from 3M. Simply stretch the tab and Command adhesive comes off clean. Because what goes up must come down. Take Command. Holds on strong, releases on command. One more example of 3M innovation.
It's another Fearless Friday, the 13th on the next Real TV. When this guy grabs this girl's parking spot, she's not giving up. Security cameras catch her revenge. Then the goalie's fighting mad, and he takes it out on the cameraman. Plus, it's intermission of the bullfight, and this is the entertainment. As the ultimate risk taker makes a 14-story plunge. It's all amazing stuff, and all on Fearless Friday, the 13th on Real TV.
Tonight at 7:30 on KOIN TV 6.
Introducing Papa Murphy's new grilled chicken and bacon stuffed pizza. We start with our fresh crust, add creamy garlic sauce, nearly a pound of cheese, plenty of grilled chicken, lots of crispy bacon, fresh diced Romas and onions. Then another layer of fresh crust, topped with more cheese, tomatoes, and bacon. It weighs over 5 pounds. Better yet, right now, this grilled chicken and bacon stuffed pizza is just $9.99.
Whoa. Papa Murphy's Bacon Bake.
The new premium taste without the premium price.
All cities like to consider themselves tourist attractions. This time of year, Ray Summers says a new type of tourist puts in an appearance. He and photographer Brian Watkins met up with some in the downtown area.
Wonder why these geese are here? My theory, they are here on vacation. You and I listen to our travel agents and head for the Bahamas or Hawaii or Cancun. Somewhere there is a goose travel agent who, when asked where should we head this fall, says, I recommend Portland, Oregon. And they arrive looking forward to the sights, anxious to understand the customs of the friendly local people. They are here to sample the cuisine, the exotic fare in the Pacific Northwest. They are here to see the sights. Look over there, isn't that Neil Goldschmidt? Geese are into well-known people. Fly to Portland, say the brochures, enjoy the mist of November. Graze among the autumn colors. Relax with all your friends. Geese like to travel with friends, dine with friends, just sit around the park with friends. You'll love the Oregon salad bars. I recommend them, said their travel consultant. Excuse me, I see you indeed did enjoy your dinner, but there is a bit of greens dangling. Ah, that's better. And while in Portland, watch the local people exercise. They like to ride bikes and walk. Perhaps if you ask, you can walk with them. Friday, said the guidebook, that is golf day. The locals take it seriously, so be polite. Be quiet when the humans address the ball. Don't honk or offer criticism. Do not laugh or make light of what they do. Humans, you realize, do strange things. You can't expect to understand them. After all, they aren't geese. Ray Summers at Large with photographer Brian Watkins.
They're just hanging out there.
Yeah. Watch that sand trap, by the way, down there by
on the waterfront.
Park.
Get you every time. Mark Hendricks has a preview of the 6:30 report.
Yeah, finally getting our hands on that Dickie Dow report, the grand jury report as to what happened the night that he died. See if there are any more interesting inconsistencies there. Also, you better hit the cash machine extra hard before you go to that new 16-plex, that theater complex that's opening. We're going to tell you what a family of 4 might pay, and it's a fair chunk of change.
We'll be right back with KOIN 6 News at 6:30.
Thanks for joining us.
Ray Summers at Large on KOIN 6 News is brought to you by the 39th Annual Portland Metro RV Show and Sale.
It's here, the 39th annual Portland Metro RV Show, starting November 11th at the Expo Center and leading to almost everything you've always wanted to see and do. It starts with choosing the new or pre-owned RV of your dreams and your means from the hundreds on display, attending AAA-sponsored RV lifestyle seminars throughout the day, and even walking through a $1 million marathon motor coach like NASCAR star Jeff Gordon's. The Portland Metro RV Show. Just imagine where it might lead.
Well, if I had money, I'd tell you what I'd do.
Building a house really tuned us into quality and finance rates, so naturally we got the best truck for the best deal, Ford Explorer.
That's right, and during Ford truck season, the 0-9 financing saves us over $4,000 in interest.
That means we'll have the only 4x4x4 on the block.
I want to buy me a Ford truck and cruise it up and down the road. Come on and get crazy about the best-selling, best-built trucks during National Ford Truck Season.
There's a new old friend in the same old place with a brand new name and a brand new face.
Big Kmart, Martha Stewart every day. Sesame Street for kids, Jacqueline Smith and Kathy Ireland fashions. Penske Auto Center. Come discover the difference.
Will there be anything else, sir?
Big Kmart. This is big.
Palm Harbor Homes.
Welcome to Palm Harbor Village. We want a home of our own, but we don't have a big allowance.
Then come to Palm Harbor Village, where you can own a new 5-bedroom, 3-bath Palm Harbor home for just $3.99 a month. Yes, $3.99 a month.
Wow, what's the space?
5 bedrooms, 3 baths, plus Palm Harbor quality for just $3.99 a month.
And there's room for the whole family.
Palm Harbor Homes, more home for your money.